Hi everyone and welcome. My name is Whitney and I'm very excited for you all to be here as this is the beginning of my Williams world. Before we get started, I just wanted to take some time to introduce myself. I am 30 years old and I was born and raised in California. At 20 years old, I went and joined the US Army. I decided it was time to flee the nest and the military is where I chose to do it. So I chose to make my way to Fort Drum, New York. And if you know anything about Fort Drum, it is very, very cold. The closest city that I would say is probably more popular is Syracuse, New York, if you've ever heard of it. And you go upstate to get to Fort Drum and you're like 30 minutes from the Canadian border. So one of the stories I always tell people is how much of a culture shock it was for me when I first got out there. That snow is unreal. I want to say it was the month of September and you only get so many months of summer. So I want to say the snow out there lasts from September till all the way up until June. And the snow is like knee high. It gets to the negative degrees and, to say the least, I was not prepared. However, I spent 4 wonderful years there. It did a lot of good for me. And next thing you know, the Army decided to send me to Germany. However, when I got to Germany, that was also a culture shock. I ended up living like a German citizen. I was sent to a very small town called Dülmen. And I lived in another very small town called Munster. However, I think more people have heard of Munster than they have Dülmen. But many blessings started in Germany, and that was when my oldest, Dominic, was born. He was born in 2021, and today he is 5 years old. However, the blessings did not end there because in December of 2024, I was blessed with a beautiful baby boy, my baby Liam. So, in 2024, when Liam was born, I'm just gonna take you back to, how the day went, or I should say the evening, because Liam was born in the very wee hours of the morning. Everything was exciting. This beautiful baby was just brought into this world. All the doctors are looking at him. Everything looks good. And then the pediatrician did her initial check. I want to say she found, and this might be the improper way to say it, but a birth defect on Liam. It was a funny something that she noticed and said that she wanted it to get looked at further. So lo and behold, Liam was then sent to the NICU. So here I am, this mom of 2 boys, but one of them is being sent to a completely different hospital than me, a very special children's hospital in San Diego. And he's being evaluated while I'm in a hospital recovering from giving birth. Which, by the way, to any mom out there who's experienced a NICU stay, I applaud you. I really had no idea how hard it could be and how hard it would be. Until I was in it myself, of course. So I just want to take a moment to commemorate the moms out there who have had a NICU experience. If I remember correctly, Liam was in the NICU for about 20 days, and I want to say it was like a week in, all of a sudden I'm being greeted with a geneticist, and that geneticist tells me that Liam has been diagnosed with Williams syndrome. And if you're here on this channel today, it might be because you were just told that your baby was diagnosed with Williams syndrome. Perhaps your baby has a different syndrome or a different disability that they were diagnosed with, or you're just here simply to learn what this channel is discussing. And so for all the viewers involved, I just want to mention the definition of Williams syndrome, which upon looking it up, it reads, Williams syndrome is a rare genetic condition caused by the deletion of a small piece of chromosome 7. Before we go any further, I really just want to mention that I am not an expert in Williams syndrome by any means. I am simply a mom who was blessed with a little boy who has Williams syndrome. So anything I share on this channel is simply just to bring awareness to my personal experiences and in hopes that maybe my personal experience will shed light on other families or other children in this world who are going through the same thing. Shed some light in areas that maybe you haven't heard of yet. A lot of my experience came with just walking the walk and finding out along the way. So I really hope that through sharing my personal life story and Liam's personal life story, that we'll be able to, bring awareness to areas that aren't exactly explored when it comes to Williams syndrome. And perhaps other children who are diagnosed differently. You never know how similar something can be to another, and perhaps maybe this information will shed light on other families who are going through a different yet similar situation. Furthermore, I really want this channel to be emphasized as a safe space for families to share in their experiences, feel relatable to other families who are joining, and to just remind each and every one of us that everybody has a different experience that is personal to them. So let's see how we can help each other through those experiences and learn from each other. If any of my parents out there have seen Monsters University, he's purple, he's fluffy. I believe his name is Art, and he is played by Charlie Day. And he says something to the effect of, when he meets Mike and Sully, I'm excited to learn with you, laugh with you, and cry with you. And that's exactly what I intend for this space. It's just a place for us to be real with raw experiences, but a space for us to learn what our children are teaching us. I can't even begin to tell you how much Liam has taught me more than I could ever hope to teach him. Liam has taught me more about compassion, patience, kindness, sharing love in different ways that I didn't know love existed, and seeing people around me differently, which is exactly what a child with Williams syndrome does. Without reading you an official definition, what I've come to learn is that children who are diagnosed with Williams syndrome just see the world a different way. They see it with happiness and kindness and, again, love in their heart. And I really want to find a way to emphasize that we could learn so much through our children, through seeing the world like they do through their own itty-bitty eyes. And we all know that experiences like this are difficult. And when talking about that, there's a verse that comes to mind, a Bible verse. It comes from 2 Corinthians 12:9, and it states, God works through people in their weakness. I want to incorporate in this channel as well the many blessings that God has done for my family and share light on His will and His salvation for us. Just because we're in a challenging or difficult time in our lives does not mean that there isn't a blessing at the end of that. And, sometimes it's important to remind each other that it might be hard right now, but it's important to remember at the end of the day that there are blessings through so many situations, and I hope to shed light on those blessings through Liam's journey. As you saw in my description, it says sharing God's love through Liam's journey, one day at a time, and that's exactly what I intend for my Williams world. Every child on this earth is a blessing. Every child who comes into this world has a purpose. Every child is created by God, and these syndromes or children with disabilities or someone who might be struggling in their lifetime, it's not something to be afraid of. It's something to embrace, because the more you embrace it, the more doors it'll open in your life. I cannot emphasize enough what Williams syndrome has done for me in my life. And it's just been the biggest blessing that I think I could have received. So as far as the future plans go for my Williams world, I would love to do a series of videos for you guys where I introduce Liam, I talk about some of the great things behind Williams syndrome, get to share his personality with you, but also remembering to share our tough experiences as well. I want to make separate videos where we talk about different things that we've run into along the way, such as problems with the heart or hypercalcemia, maybe showing you signs of things that could lead to an overall answer as to what's going on with your child, or a sign of something to, be diagnosed. And maybe just some tips and tricks I've learned along the way to aid a baby who is a little bit slower to rise. So again, I just want to take the time to thank you all for being here today in support of My Williams World. I'm very excited to expand on this journey with you, and I really hope that I can be of benefit to families who might be facing the same challenges or who are just starting their journey and might be needing some more information as they get going. Until next time, choose kindness, choose joy, choose love, and remember, in a world full of bills, be a William. Thank you.